Hello friends, I am Saket and I am back again with another topic. Today we will talk about spike. It's an XP topic and let's see what spike is all about. Spike is a technical exploration. So we do a proof of concept, we explore the technical alternatives by performing spikes. Usually the spikes are small and we do an isolated experiment. So spikes are technical explorations, they are small in size, we may take 15 minutes to half an hour for performing this particular exploration, and they are isolated. When I say isolated, it means the code written is not integrated with our production code. We may write a small code in a button itself or maybe in the main function itself. So it's an isolated code. The goal of this isolated code is explore some of the technical alternatives. Now since it's an exploration, it's generate a throwaway code. The code written for the spike is not used in our production. So whatever we do, we just explore and throw away the code. Since it's a throwaway code, we don't take care of rules which are applicable to production codes. So rules of production code are not applied. What does it mean? It means the rules related to exception handling, the rules related to auditing are not required to be followed while writing the spike solution because we are writing a throwaway code. Since it's not a production code, we may not perform a pair programming while writing a spike. So spike can be done by an individual because it's not a production code. So it's not necessary to do a pairing while writing a spike. No pairing is mandatory. In XP, the mandate is the complete production code should be pair programmed, but spike, since it's not a production code, you may do it individually. Sometimes we may perform a design spike. A design spike is a special type of spike which we are performing to explore design alternatives. And since we are exploring design alternatives, we may need to perform this spike on a production code itself, because the production code can give us the required environment for performing a design spike. So the design spike may not remain isolated. We may perform a design spike on a production code. But even if we are applying it on a production code, we should not be using the code which we write in this particular spike. We just need to explore the design alternatives and throw away the code once we get the answers and rewrite it again in a production code. So we explore, we get the answer, and then we rewrite the same thing via following the production code rules and by doing the pair programming in our production code. Sometimes you also hear the term called risk-based spike. So risk-based spike are again the technical exploration which we perform in response of the risk. So for example, we may perform some exploration to assess the quantum of the risk. So the risk assessment inputs may come from the risk-based spike, or we may perform a risk-based spike to mitigate some risks. For example, if you are not familiar with a particular technology or a particular component, we may run a spike solution in order to mitigate or assess the risk. Now you may wonder, how do we schedule it? If the spike is small isolated, which you can do it 20 minutes to half an hour, your iteration slack will absorb it. So scheduling, you can do it in your current iteration, and the iteration slack should be able to absorb this small spike. If this spike is big, and if you relate the discussion or the theory of epics, so we may have a complex epic which gets split into investigation and development, and the investigation part of that complex epic is a spike story. So for a bigger spikes, we may create a spike story. And the spike story are scheduled, managed via product backlog. So spike story becomes a part of product backlog, and it is a product backlog item. So it's a product backlog item in a product backlog which is catering to an investigation of an alternative, which gets scheduled in consultation with the product owner and team whenever the priority is right. This is all about Spike I wanted to discuss today. Thanks for watching our video on Spike.